Hello, today we're going to be discussing the 5 most asked questions to farmers answered by a farmer. Number 5 is, do the governments pay you to farm? Well, it's a bit of a tough question whether you mean like we get a set amount of income per month no matter what, or the answer to the question is yes and no. We don't get a set amount per month, but if we have a terrible crop in a year, they will basically get a average for the yield of the said crop on that field in past years. They'll take that average, and then basically that's how many bushels per acre you were getting then the price you're getting will be was set earlier in the year, which it always somehow drops during that point, which more or less we do get paid, but it's not that well, and if we have a bad crop year after year, our payments will slowly diminish into nothing. Number 4. Will GMOs kill me? Probably the most controversial one on this, but it has probably the simplest answer. The answer is an absolute no. There are no deaths linked with GMO consumption in humans. It is an absolute no. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. It's a no. End of discussion. I just hope that nobody starts a fire chat in the comments. I know it probably happened, but number 3, would you feed the family the food that you make? And that answer is an absolute yes. And occasionally we do. I know during wheat harvest, I'll take about an ice cream bucket full of wheat and go grind it up and make it into bread, and we'll eat it. It's our food. We made it. We do what we want with it, and then the stuff that we don't do that, which is 99.9999% of it goes to the elevator or the grain market. There are 2 types of elevators. I'll get to that later. Number 2, why do you castrate cattle? Well, considering I gotta make this so kids can watch it, I'm not going to get into detail what castration is. All I'm going to say is you castrate cattle for the same reason you fix your pets. Castrating and fixing are near the same thing. I'm not going to explain what it is, but to those of you who know, it's about. And that is to control breeding. You don't want little baby cows coming out of everywhere and not knowing who the fathers are. That's very bad. And the second reason being that when you castrate them, trying to get this to where, when you castrate them, it gets rid of testosterone in the meat, and for anybody who's ever eaten deer meat, you know that testosterone leaves a very gamey taste to it, and that is not very desirable in meat. I don't see what the big deal about it is. I like it as it is. Meat is meat. But I'm not the person that eats all of it, even though sometimes people think I am. Number 1, why do you put antibiotics and vaccines in animals? Well, we put them in animals for the same reason we put them in you, to protect from diseases. If I were a cow, I would want to have antibiotics and vaccines, but we don't overuse them. We just use them enough to keep the animals healthy. I don't want to go dying from diarrhea as a cow. That just wouldn't be too pleasant. Not at all. And a lot of people, I don't get how this makes sense because you cook the meat, but a lot of people I've heard answers from is they think if you don't put it in, you'll get sick yourself, which that's not true at all. not true. 'Cause, unless you were eating it raw, which if you were eating it raw, there are a lot of other things bad that could happen. A lot of foodborne illnesses. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And always, if you have any questions for me, put them down in the comments below, and I'll see what I can do. Peace.